Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to spend some time with you, talking to you about you and your business. As usual, on this Tuesday morning, I have a lot to cover, and we're still in the middle of the summer, and so we're going to take a little bit of time talking about travel and some things you can do to pursue, make the most of some of the days we have left of summer. And, of course, people vacation and travel year-round, and Peter Himmelberger is with a company that helps people do that. His company is a cruise partner of Travel Express, travel representative, and works with American Express. Your exact company name, what is that there, Peter?
It's actually Travel Cruise and Tour, Kevin.
Cruise and Tour.
Yeah.
And
and we're a franchise of cruise planners, and we're an American Express travel rep. So it's
awesome.
Gets a little wordy. So.
It does at times. I understand. What's your website for your personal franchise?
It's Travel Cruise and Tour, all one word, .com.
TravelCruiseandTour.com. How's your business doing?
It's amazing. Things are doing very busy, and it's like you said in the beginning. It seems like it should be a time when things are slowing down, but it's actually been one of the busiest summers I've ever had.
Wow, that's fantastic. What do you attribute it to?
Well, I would like to think it's the general economy, in general, just picking up, and people having a lot more confidence to do spending, this spendable income on travel. It could be just some of the great travel deals that are out there by some of the companies as well. So, the cruise lines are especially anxious to fill ships at this time of year, especially with in short term. But people are booking into the 2015 timeframe, so I'm very bullish on the travel market.
And are they doing that to save money or just to plan ahead? What do you attribute that to? Going all the way to 2015.
Certainly, the people in 2015 are doing the plan ahead, but a lot of the types of things they're booking are the things that sell out early. I mean, there's a cruise in 2015 on Oceania that's a worldwide cruise, 180 days, and it's sold out already. I mean, I tried to get somebody's space the other day, and it's just sold out. So that's how some particular products are very in demand.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your personal franchise. How long have you been doing this?
This is my 5th year of this. I've spent a lifetime traveling abroad, living and working in over 80 countries. And then when I decided to move from the Middle East where I was living, my wife and I decided that, well, what is it that we've been doing that we really love to do? And travel was certainly one of those things. Different selling travel than traveling, but I used that experience I don't know if I said 80 countries, and I've lived, worked, traveled to, vacationed, and in those countries. I used all that experience to help my clients have a more rich or fuller experience, as well as all the places I've seen I can give advice on as to whether you spend more time there or less time there.
Well, you got started right before the economy hit the proverbial fan. Was it rocky at first?
Well, it's very difficult because I said I moved from the overseas to here to back to Washington D.C. area, and so I didn't have a large network. So building up my network of clients and people like that, but it was difficult. But again, I use that experience, and I go to a lot of events and trade shows and things, and people learn to take advantage of that, and that's been a very big help for me. So now a lot of my business is referrals.
Very cool, very cool. And you feel like 2013 is going to be one of your best years ever, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, it already is. I mean, if the year ended right now, I would have a better revenue year than previous.
How has travel, or how long has travel been a part of your business life?
Well, I was in the Foreign Service, so I traveled around the world for them for 20 years. Mm-hmm. And then I was in international business as a chief technology officer for international business. So I again traveled for another 20 years. So I've my whole life, other than childhood, has been living and working overseas.
Wow, that's interesting. And so it's kind of now a part of your DNA, and I guess it only makes sense that you spend your time focusing on that, something you have passion about. Yeah,
and there's places that I haven't been to yet that I'd really like to to go to, and I'm getting some opportunities to do that. And then I bring that experience back to my clients. I mean, the next month I'll be in Costa Rica, hopefully to see the USA play soccer, but I'm going to tour the whole country as well.
Regardless of what happens.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be great if it ends up happening. That's a phenomenal success story in and of itself. I need to be doing a story on the rise of U.S. Soccer because it's really grown significantly. It's amazing. So tell me then, about the partnership with American Express. How big of a difference does that make?
Well, the American Express, the brand, certainly brings a tremendous amount of credibility as well as responsibility to the brand and to those people. So you don't have to be an American Express cardholder to use American Express travel services, but there are advantages if you are a cardholder. But when people see American Express, I think they know that if there's any problems, if there's any challenges, there are so many ways that it's going to be made right. And partnering with American Express means that we sign up to that as well, so that there's nothing that they're going to stand for that doesn't lend value or credibility to their brand. They're certainly not going to allow anything to detract from it.
Obviously, over the past 2 decades, there's been a lot of changes in your industry. Have you also seen a lot of changes just starting in the past 5 years?
Definitely. The amount of automation and the amount of just like everything else, going mobile on the mobile platforms, apps, things like that. So, also the complexity of things has grown. The more information you have, the more complex it is to sift through it. So it's very normal for people to say that that they'll do a lot of research online before then they'll come to the travel agent to try and sort through it for them and customize it for them and tell them the difference between the 50 different cruise lines out there or the 200 and some tour operators. You just can't do it on dollars. You have to really look at the value that the clients will get from it and the reputation and some operators do a better job in Europe than they do in Asia. So you have to know the business from the delivery side as well.
Okay, very good, very good. Enjoyed spending the time with you. How do we get, again, more information about you, your website?
Yeah, it was www.travelcruiseandtour.com. And I have an 800 number if I am allowed to give that out.
Go right ahead.
That's 866-931-6262.
And again, I'm curious, are you using social media much to get your message out there?
Absolutely. I have. I use Facebook, LinkedIn. I use Twitter. I have some support services that I use to help me with that. And I really rely on social media for a great deal of information to existing clients as well as new people to find me as well as to see what I'm doing and what I'm focused on.
Peter, thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you, Kevin.
All right. Do want to remind you, of course, the best content here, it shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. And you're listening to The Price of Business.